Is this bitch recording? Are we live, baby? Is we live or like come on now, we for real. Mind you, I do got kids. Mm. Is it the wine? It might be the wine. Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Baby Mama Anonymous. I'm your host, the bold, the beautiful, the bodacious, big ruby bad bitch. Bald head bitch with the boosie fade coming straight out of Birmingham, Alabama. Okay? Right now we're growing her out. So she's a big, fro, bodacious bad bitch coming straight out of Birmingham, Alabama. Today, we're diving into something real, okay? Something a lot of us have probably dealt with either personally or through watching others go through it. We're talking relationships, okay? We're talking cheating, leaving, and mental health. Today's topic is choosing yourself and choosing peace over payback. We're going to touch on the Cardi B, all right, and Offset drama and use that to explore how society pressures women to retaliate in relationships. But here's the twist. I didn't cheat back, bitch. I left, and I'm here to tell you why that's the real win. All right, so grab your blunt, grab your coffee, grab your wine, whatever makes you comfortable, and let's get into it. All right, y'all, so let's start by talking about Cardi B. So for those who don't know, Cardi B is a Grammy-winning rapper, a songwriter, and a media personality. She's known for her raw, unfiltered personality, and she rose to fame with her breakout single Bodak Yellow back in 2017. Now, Cardi's relationship with Offset, a member from the rap group Migos, started roughly around that time. So they got married secretly back in September of 2017, but their relationship hasn't exactly been smooth sailing. Now, Offset's infidelity has been a big part of their public story, and over the years, there's been a lot of drama, cheating, scandals, breakup, and makeups. And y'all know we've been down here on the internet, Beyonce's internet, with the ability to witness it all. And most recently, there's been talk of Cardi allegedly, okay, cheating back while pregnant. Ooh, they get back a motherfucker. This is a messy situation that brings up a lot of feelings for many women who might see parts of their own lives reflected in Cardi's story. It also brings up something that a lot of us face, the pressure to cheat back or to just simply get revenge, get a little get back when we've been wrong. And in Cardi's case, that pressure has played out on the biggest stage possible, the public square, social damn media. Now, let's talk about signs it's time to go. So, ladies, there are some clear signs you may be overlooking in your own relationship. So, some of these signs include lack of communication, consistent criticism, feeling unsafe, isolation from friends and family, emotional manipulation, disregard for your needs, feeling drained, repeated infidelity, okay? Loss of interest in shared activities, and constant fear of rejection, all of which can severely impact your mental health and your self-esteem. Let's be real, there is a cultural narrative that says, okay, if you cheat, you need to cheat back, bitch. And it's almost expected. And it's not just celebrities dealing with this, okay? I know y'all listening have heard people say, even myself included, my family, my friends, people that I talk to, even my network on social media. They say, baby girl, if he steps out, you need to step out too. You need to do what he do. Okay, this should need to be like 3-0 twin. Like y'all, you need to get like him. You need to get like him. But here's the thing. Does that really fix anything, okay? Does cheating back heal you, or does it just keep you tied to the same toxic cycle? Now we're moving into the second part, the pressure to cheat back and break in this cultural norm. So, society often makes women feel stupid for not getting or even getting revenge, okay? Unfortunately, it's a double standard, a double-edged sword. Get into it. And, men are able to get away with things like this usually because it is how they're conditioned. And, men are conditioned to uphold the patriarchy and these unfortunate double standards. But going back to the societal pressure, it's like if you don't cheat back or you make him feel the way that you felt, you're seen as, weak. But let me tell y'all, it's not true. Just give me a minute. Let me explain it, please. Because I know you're going to be like, oh, this bitch a pick me. Nah, fuck these niggas. Okay? But just hold on. Let me explain. So I felt that pressure too. So in my previous relationships, I've cheated. Not in all of them. Let's make that clear. But in some of my previous relationships, I cheated unprovoked and sometimes with what I thought was or were good reasons. But all it did was lead me to losing a friendship in particular that I really cared about. So prior to us getting into an intimate relationship, I had been friends with this individual for many years, and I created a messy situation where I had one guy, right, the main guy, who was emotionally invested in me, and I was also invested in him, right? But we lacked trust, right? And then on the other hand, I had this lustful attraction to someone else who expected more from me. So I started this sexual relationship with this second person, and they expected relationship shit. And it's like, bro, you need to relax. Like, you need to stay on the side. Okay. But he didn't want that. He wanted more. And he disliked my partner, and he would do little things to jeopardize my relationship. But I couldn't put the whole blame on him because that was my part to play. Like, I orchestrated that. Right. So I couldn't say like, oh, you're going to ruin my relationship. You're trying to come in between us, when it was all my fault from the very beginning. So here I was caught in the middle, right? Monkey in the middle. I was getting whatever I wanted. Okay. My ego loved it. I was in love. Like, I had these niggas wrapped around my fingers doing whatever I wanted. These niggas was fighting over me. It was kind of blissful a little bit, right? But in the end, that emotional relationship fueled jealousy between the two men, and it just made everything toxic. So I lost my friendship, and naturally, of course, the second, dynamic didn't turn into a relationship. And just doubling back, sometimes we do that. Sometimes we double back. Doubling back, it was a very toxic situation. A lot of things were said that were negative, it was a lot of things we couldn't come back from. And I don't do well with disrespect. But all in all, at the end, I had to sit with myself and reflect. And so naturally, everything has a cause and effect. So my emotions and my actions were bound to come back and bite me. And they did just that. So fast forward to my most recent relationship. I've talked about this relationship a little bit in previous episodes. Make sure you guys go back and check those out. We're going to continue to dive deeper into that relationship as well as others and all of my experiences. All right. But this time, I wasn't the one stepping out. He was, right? Multiple times. And I would forgive him over and over and over and over again. But the cheating and the abuse, it never stopped. All right. So it would have been easy for me to justify cheating back, but I didn't. Now, before you call me a weak bitch, let me tell you why. Just give me a minute. Before you call me a pick me, before you try to call me a weak bitch, let me tell you why. It was because I had already been there. I done that. I knew what it was going to lead to. I knew exactly what cheating back would do. It wouldn't heal me, and it definitely wouldn't help my children. On top of that, I didn't want to create another love triangle. Like I said, I was dealing with abuse, and this person was, pretty narcissistic. I can't just rule him out as a complete narcissist, but, he had some of those traits of narcissism. Like I said, the relationship was extremely abusive. And so I don't, just honestly, logically, because, they say like women are so emotional, we're not logical. Logically, it wouldn't have had it wouldn't have been the best power play. It wouldn't have been the best move, right? Just to invest my time and my energy and effort into getting somebody back, like making him feel what I felt, because he's never going to feel what I felt, from the cheating to the disrespect, from the emotional abuse, the physical abuse. He wasn't going to feel that. He may have been mad, but with the abuse already there, me cheating, right, or getting my lick back, getting that get back, could have resulted in me losing my life quicker. You understand? Or just having a very messy situation. I would have exposed myself or my kids to STDs. And it's really not that deep. Like, it wasn't that deep for me. And like I said, having gone through the emotional roller coaster of my past relationships, I realized that stepping into that toxic cycle again, it just wouldn't make me feel better. Like, I was already done with the relationship, and having children while trying to escape the abuse was already hard enough. Just trying to establish a healthy co-parenting relationship with someone who is clearly unhealthy and abusive to me and my kids, that was hard. So why would I add another layer of drama and pain? It just didn't make any sense. So for me, cheating back would have only deepened the hurt and made things worse. It would have went from worse to worser for everyone involved. And me personally, I'm tired of being stressed out. I mean, to wrap that up, choosing to not cheat wasn't just about being a bigger person. It wasn't, I had to take my ego out of it. I had to say, okay, somebody might call me weak for this. He might even think I'm weak for this, but I know I'm not. All right. It was about protecting my peace, protecting my mental health, okay, protecting my sexual health, and the emotional well-being for the child that I was bringing into this world. All right. So now we're going to move right into part number 3, choosing mental health over revenge. When you're in a relationship filled with pain, cheating, toxicity, it honestly just wears you down. It messes with your self-esteem, and it can make you feel like you're losing yourself. But choosing to walk away by simply saying and then acting on that, like standing on business and saying, I'm done, is one of the most powerful things you can do for your mental health. To be honest with y'all, it wasn't easy. Like, there are times when I went back and forth with myself, back and forth. And I was just angry. I was angry with myself. I was angry with him. I was angry with the other parties that were involved that helped this man cheat, right? Let's just be honest about it. And participated in this person abusing me and my children. And I sit there like, damn, like, I should have cheated. Like, bitch, I should have cheated. Like, all that shit you did, I should have cheated. I should have fucked your friend. I should have fucked your friend in your face. Hell, I should have fucked your boss. Like, who the fuck this nigga think he is? Like, I get niggas. And I know, like, with the Cardi B situation, I've heard her say this, before on social media, where it's kind of like, I get niggas. And I know that she felt like that as well. I know a lot of us as women, we feel like that when we invest ourselves into these relationships. They don't turn out the way that we had expected, or we planned, or that we talked about, right? When getting into the relationships. And it's like, I think this nigga forgot who the fuck I am. Like, he forgot who I am. Like, you forgot why you got with me, nigga. On some shit like that. So I had a lot of those thoughts, and you know, it's natural to have those type of thoughts when you've been hurt, you've been betrayed, and you just want to hit back and make him feel it. So, and of course, that's your ego kicking in, and it makes you feel like you have something to prove. But after saying all of that, after feeling all of that, I had to remind myself of who I am. Like, I had to look at myself and like, no. Do you know who you are, Zy'Amber? Right? Like, yeah, you get niggas. Yeah, you get money. Yeah, you that bitch. Yeah, you a bad bitch. Like, all that. You feel me? Like, the pussy good. This pussy that good, I swear it's not up for debate. Like, we don't need to have that type of conversation because, bitch, clearly we know the pussy is good, right? But I'm so much more than what's between my legs. I have self-respect. I have self-love. I have integrity. And I'm going to just be honest, like, no amount of revenge or cheating was worth compromising all of that for the nigga to still do it. It's like he already did it, so I was going to do it back, and then what? You feel what I'm saying? Like, it just didn't make sense, all right? It wasn't about showing him that I can play the same game and really to prove to him, like, I can play this game better than you because you're really sloppy as fuck and you don't know what you're doing. Let's just start there. But it was about showing myself that I've grown, right? It was about continuing to be disciplined. It was about loving myself and really reevaluating my worth. And prior to that relationship, I thought I knew, right? I was completely sure on it. Being in that relationship, you know, staying and forgiving this person for all of the betrayal and the abuse, it really made me feel like I lacked worth and value. And so these are the type of conversations that I would sit with God and I would have. This is the type of shadow work that I would engage in. And so my sense of self-worth and value shifted. It was me consistently sitting with myself, not just saying, okay, I am worthy because I have money, or I am worthy because clearly the pussy good, or I am worthy because of X, Y, and Z. It was like really sitting with myself and writing the things down and really acknowledging what my self-worth is. And a part of my self-worth is walking away from relationships that just don't serve me at all, that are just detrimental for my mental health. And so with knowing all of that, like I said, my value doesn't come from the people that I pull or how many men I can fuck or how many men I can make jealous. It comes from who I am at my core. And I had to stand firm in that realization because, like I said, y'all, I wasn't gonna lower my standards or my energy just to get back at someone who didn't deserve me in the first fucking place. And that is where your power lies, okay? Not in the games, not in participating in low vibrational bullshit with these niggas, okay? So let's just be clear. Let's be clear. These niggas, they play a dirty game, but we can play it better. And most of the time, if a woman gonna cheat, she don't even get caught. Y'all niggas be sloppy as fuck. Like, I don't know if y'all be wanting to get caught. I think some of y'all just slow as fuck. So just to be honest, they get the game from us in the first place. Let's just be real about it. If I was gonna cheat, bitch, I would have did it better. And I was never gonna get caught. Let's just clock that T and catch it. But fuck all that. It's not about the games. It's not about your ego. But it's knowing that you're better than that and knowing that you deserve better. And if you really truly feel like you have self-worth, you're not going to accept nobody cheating on you. You're not going to accept shit. Okay? If you're not going to allow your boss to cuss you out, you're not going to let this nigga cuss you out. Okay? If you're not going to let these people who you work for cheat you out no money, you're not going to let no nigga cheat on you. You're going to walk the fuck away. Like, you'll quit that job, you'll quit this goddamn relationship. That's what it's about. You understand? Because it don't make sense to sit with no nigga. You still humiliated, right? All of us see you being a clown. We all see you putting on the white makeup with the little blue eyeshadow and a red lip. We see you with the red nose. We've all been there. Some of us took our L's in private, okay? It just doesn't make sense. And I'm here to say that I just want women to be more logical about their approach and like not move so much off of your ego and just having to prove a point. All right, so moving right along. When I left that relationship, I decided to focus on me, on my healing, and just rediscovering who I am and creating a life of peace. And the most important part of that was tapping back into my purpose. So that was something I was focused on prior to the start of that relationship. So if you guys don't know, back in 2019, that's when I started my spiritual journey. That is when I started to tap into my spiritual witchy bitchy side, honey. I was into the tarot cards. You guys know I was doing the tarot readings down to the Facebook. Y'all remember the vibes. So we were down here having us a good time, reading people fortune or whatever. And outside of that, I was really doing some deep spiritual work and just really reevaluating what I wanted to do with my life. But I will also say that being in that relationship really, it helped me to better set boundaries. Because like I said, I thought I knew what my worth was. And then this relationship kind of challenged that. And I had to sit back and reevaluate some things and come back to the drawing board and say, okay, maybe I don't really know what my value is. Maybe I don't really know what my worth is. Or maybe I do know, but let me add some more shit to that. Let me add something new, right? Along with my boundaries. It's just that relationship, being in that relationship and being tested, having a nigga play with you like that. It's like, bitch, this bitch, I'm gonna kill this nigga. It was like, oh no, I'm not gonna keep dealing with this. And it just really helped me really affirm my boundaries and really stand and say, no, bitch, I'm standing on business. I'm standing on 10. I said what I said. I meant what I said. And it is what it is. Do y'all got y'all wine? Because I'm wine drunk. Drunk in love. We be our nights. Love. All right, so now we're going into segments for part 4, empowerment and moving forward. To all of the women, to all of the guys, to all of the people who are listening out there, I want to leave you with this, okay? Don't let society pressure you into thinking that you have to stay in a toxic relationship, that you need to pray and hold this nigga hand and like take him to counseling shit. You need to leave, or you need to cheat back to feel validated. Okay. At the end of the day, your peace, your mental health, and your personal growth are what matter the most. It's not easy to break free from that cycle, but trust me, it's worth it. And also something else that's worth it is taking a step back from the things that you see on social media, the societal pressures, the double standards, the dating advice, the 50-50 podcast, these niggas with podcast mics and shit. Sometimes you just got to take a step back and ask yourself and think to yourself and write down yourself, how do I feel in this season of my life? What are the things that I deserve? Okay. Let me also say this. Whatever you decide to do, make sure that you are comfortable with that decision, because at the end of the night, you're the only one that has to lay in that bed. You, my darling, you have to live with your choices. So let them be ones that make you feel proud. Okay. And if getting that get back make you feel proud, bitch, lay in that bed, lay in the wet bed, lay in the wet spot. It might make you smile, but not the ones that keep you stuck in the place of regrets. Now, if you're going through something similar whether it's an abusive relationship, dealing with betrayal, or just feeling lost in your emotions, I want to make sure that you have access to resources that can help. You don't have to go through this alone. All right. So I have a few places that you can turn to for support. Make sure that you check the description box of this video, as well as the description box on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you are, to find all of the resources. All right. You deserve better. You deserve peace. You deserve to choose yourself every single time. But it has to start with you believing that. And if you know your worth and you truly know that you deserve more, you got to leave that nigga alone. Amen. That's it for today's episode of Baby Mama Anonymous. Ooh. Yes, I hope you guys loved the video. I hope this resonated with some of you and gave you the encouragement that you needed. If you liked this episode, make sure to subscribe. Leave a 5-star review for the 5-star chick. Share it with another woman who might need to hear this today. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.